Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, Gary here for Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh my gosh, the smoke got me. Yeah, here I am once again for Bizarre Brain Comics. Thank you for joining me, and have another little short one featuring some books. Last time I showed, I did digest comics by from Gold Key, and this I've got some from Marvel. But as in addition, because I had previously done an episode on paperback comic books. That was regular paperback size books reprinting stuff from comic books and comic strips. And I come across a few that I had missed, and I wanted to show you some of those. There, as I had said before, that in the 60s, 70s, and into the 80s, publishers produced these paperback books, right? Reading to find a wider, not necessarily comic book reading audience, and these were sold on their regular bookstores. And that's where I still find them, is at secondhand bookstores. And we start here with this in here of the Hulk. This is from 80. What did I looked at them. This is the earliest, I think the earliest one I've got of these, from 82, I think. No, 81. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Of course, the line drawing. I think this is drawing by Sal Buscema for this cover drawing, and this reprints the first 6 issues of the original Incredible Hulk comic from the 60s, featuring Jack Kirby art, and this is in color. But one really interesting thing about this is, whereas the Hulk was originally gray, and then they changed him to green because the gray didn't print very well. When they reprinted this, they reprinted him as green from the beginning. But of course, even in modern comic continuity, they acknowledge his gray phase, which they used when he became gray again for the Mr. Fix-It storyline. And also, what's is unusual, instead of breaking the pages up and so that it have 3 or 4 panels on a page, which only represented a part of the original comic book page. These appear to have been this one's actually done by Steve Ditko. I had some Steve Ditko art too. They just shrank up the entire page, kind of broke it up so it didn't have so much dead space, empty space on the page, but still had the same flow as the original comic page did. But by doing that, it makes each image and the lettering just a little bit smaller and more difficult to read, kind of like in the digest comics. That's some really great stuff here. And here we have another one of the Incredible Hulk. This is from 82, and this is a great Bob Larkin painted cover. And surprisingly, all of the rest of these have painted covers. With, see who was doing the artwork. Sal Buscema. Yeah, Sal Buscema is doing the artwork in this. Some really nice stuff. And that looks like Herb Trimpe there. Yeah, I believe Herb Trimpe. And it's got some stuff featuring the Avengers. Other characters. And the Fantastic Four. This is very, very engrossing and dynamic cover painting here. Again by Bob Larkin. Very engaging. Black and white this time. Representing, reprinting some Jack Kirby issues. This is, I think, the second appearance, featuring the second appearance of the Silver Surfer. That's good. I've been reading that. That's fun. And here's Captain America Battles Baron Blood. It's kind of a vampire-y, quasi-Nazi, I think. And this is, again, a Bob Larkin painted cover. That's some nice stuff. And who's doing the artwork in here? Is, oh, that's John Byrne. Has some other characters. Flashback. Yeah, John Byrne art. That's some nice stuff. You just don't see much John Byrne anymore. I think he's doing private commissions and the like. Once in a great while, he'll do some. He did some Star Trek stuff. He even did some Star Trek fumetti material. I'll cover that some other time maybe. And here we have the Avengers, featuring the origin of the Vision. So, you know, this goes back to the 60s. And it's a beautiful Earl Norham painted cover. And I really like Norham's work. He's best known for his doing a lot of the painted covers for the Savage Sword of Conan through the 70s. And John Buscema, possibly so. That's John Buscema. Some really, of course, he's really nice stuff. Always like John Buscema. You can see those iconic images there, and showing the cast. Isn't that Black Panther? Hawkeye doesn't show Giant Man, but he is on there. But he is inside. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be Giant Man or Ant-Man. Okay, and here we go to some digest comics. This is one, I don't know when it came from or where it came from. I got it where I got it, and this is some kind of little promotional thing, but it's digest sized, mini comics size. But I just threw it in here. It's the same size and kind of format. So it might have been for. It might have been. I think maybe it was the from several years ago. They printed, and I wish I'd gotten more little mini comics like this for Halloween handouts. And I've got a few others, but those were all black and white, and this is in color. So I think it's something else. Steve Ditko, Spider-Man versus the Chameleon. Steve Ditko stuff, early Ditko stuff. Even has the Fantastic Four in there. He always had a relationship with the Fantastic Four. Parker and he and Johnny Storm were close friends. And has some Ditko and Kirby. It's got the story here, that later story. Has Spider-Man with that's Ditko. But here, no, that's not Ditko. That's Kirby. Kirby, and he's trying to do Spider-Man like Ditko. But the first part is Ditko. And speaking of Spidey, these are all from '88, so in the '80s, and they had a bunch more, and I got more. And this is actually I think the first one. Yeah, number one. Spider-Man with the great John Romita artwork. And this, I actually did a thing on the first story in this, featuring the first appearance of the Kingpin. And I did used a Marvel Tales book and did an episode on that story. This is number 2, Spider-Man Digest Comics. That's a Ross Andru cover. More John Romita. I love John Romita's Spider-Man. His, as far as I'm concerned, his is the definitive Spider-Man. That's just my personal opinion. And there's a Spider-Man 3 of these digest comics. Again, this is a John Romita cover. And more John Romita art. I mean, that alone is worth getting. And then this one here is the only one I've got. This is from number 13. I think that's number 13 of the digest size. G.I. Joe. That's something you don't see anymore. From Marvel's G.I. Joe era. And this is some unusual stuff. Had written by Larry Hama. From what I understand, Larry Hama did most of, if not all of, the G.I. Joe and Transformers stuff, and he did the backstory and all the setup, G.I. Joe setup, that was used for the G.I. Joe TV show, from what I understand. And he's also one of the artists in here. There's a variety of artists. I think they're all kind of working together, so that part is kind of inconsistent, but he's listed as one of the artists as well. Pin-up page. And I also had, at one time, I think, a Transformers Digest comic. I have not seen that in ages. I think I may have gotten rid of it or lost it. And if I remember correctly, it was the one that had Spider-Man when he appeared in the Transformers comic. That's unusual. Then they didn't do those for just a few years, because those are all from 88. I think this one's from a little bit later. Let's take a look. No, that's 88 also. So those are all from 1988. And then, just a few years ago, like 2017 or so, Marvel started doing digest comics again. So I got a few of these. Spider-Man. This goes way back. Has start off with some Ditko stuff, and then have some John Romita stuff, and more modern stuff. And it even has here in the back. It is representing, and I think these are taken directly from stills from the Spider-Man animated show. I can't remember which version it was that had Deadpool in it. And I think that Marvel had some kind of agreement with Archie Comics at the time, because to my knowledge, Archie is the only company that's still doing the digest comics, at least like this. And you just saw that ad for Sabrina, and most of the ads are for Archie Comics. And that's the first one. I got this one here, number 3. This one's featuring Thor. And it's the same thing. Has some old. I've been reading this, going back to Kirby doing Thor, and has some later stuff. That's not John Buscema, is it? Roger Stern. Oh, Klaus Janson. And then some more recent stuff, including some work taken directly from the animated series of the Avengers. And there was primarily a Thor story in that. And here's one of the Avengers. And this was, again, some old stuff. Going clear back to, Kirby art. And then there's that, I can't remember, either John Buscema or Sal Buscema, I think. John Buscema and Dave Cockrum. And then, again, something from the animated show. And here we have Avengers featuring Ant-Man and Wasp. And again, it goes way back to this is, Don Heck, I think. Doesn't list the credits. But this one's Kirby. No, that's not Kirby. I think that's Don Heck. I'm not positive. Symmetry. This one's some Kirby stuff. And again later, something later. Who's George Perez? And then again, Earth's Mightiest Mortals, Mightiest Heroes, something directly from the animated show. And again, see some Archie ads. And then we round these out with number 8, because I had 6, 7, and 8 right in a row. And I may have 1 or 2 others that I can't remember, but I don't know how many of these they did. They might still be available at some of the comic shops, because it's only been a few years. And this has Spider-Man with Venom. Oh, here we go. That same Kingpin story. The first episode with storyline with the Kingpin. And I just featured in that other digest comic. And have some with the Dr. Octopus. Here we go with a story from the Black costume before it became Venom, and then has some more recent stuff with the Venom, and again something from the animated show. So all some fun, a lot of fun and interesting reading on all of these. All of it good, lots of good fun reading. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll have some more digest comics another time. Those we'll be back to some DC, and we'll get some Archies in there too. But that's all I've got for now. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It's all fun reading. And remember, comics are art.